welcome to Roll Fair, a D&D podcast. Thanks so much for tuning in. We appreciate it. As always, we will introduce ourselves. I am Devin, the Dungeon Master.
And I'm Ryan. I'm playing, who am I? I'm Rico, the Tiefling Warlock.
He's a lot of names.
I'm Brad, playing the unknown, we'll see, wizard.
I'm Kayla, playing Kaiji, the Tabaxi Pirate.
I'm Austin, playing Sheru the Turtle.
I'm Ben, playing Raina, the Human Ranger.
I'm Sarah. I'm playing Masara, the Fire Genasi sorceress, something like that.
Same
Whatever
thing
you want.
In the end.
Either or.
So many syllables.
Sorceress.
Sorcerosaurus.
And we still have our guest here with us.
Hi, I'm Marshall, and I'll be playing Gardovan Anuis.
Perfect. So last time, the party, over the last few sessions, has met with the Genturum family, where Kembish Genturum has requested their aid to attend the Netsk Ball that is coming up in about a week. And there is an important vote that is coming up in 2 weeks, and he has asked the party to gather some information about what the Netsk family is planning in this upcoming vote. Him and his family are a little bit bound to the sanctum at the moment due to some robberies that have been occurring that they are trying to protect against, and hence turning to this ragtag group of people. So, we are picking up after Asar has just revealed her nature as the crown princess of the Chandelier City. And Arden, at the end of that reveal, revealed his own hidden mysteries of being not exactly human. So we're going to pick up with that. And you have just seen Arden materialize into the white, or the pale faced being that you see before you.
Do I recognize what he is?
Go ahead and make a history check.
I imagine Sheru might.
I would like to see if I know as well.
I will give you advantage on yours because you've been doing some reading.
You're reading.
Ooh, at 20. So, 26.
I got a 13.
13. I wouldn't say you recognize what he is. Shrew, on the other hand, you, based on the reading that you've done, you have the understanding that this is probably what is called a changeling, but you haven't read very much information about them. You do know that they have the ability to change shapes and take on the form of whatever they, essentially want within certain parameters. And you also know, just from history, that they were once very important servants to the Yuan-Ti.
Okay. Arden?
Hi.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I haven't really read much, but are you a changeling?
Yeah, yes, I am.
Fascinating.
I am Arden. I didn't know how you would take me, and I'm sorry for lying.
You, as, senile as you act.
Maybe sometimes, but not usually. No.
Okay, so more naive instead of.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well.
Are you really a wizard?
I'm a lizard. Is that what you said?
I'm sure he could be a lizard if he wants to be.
Yes.
you be a lizard?
No, not with the tail.
Oh.
But.
All right.
I am a wizard. But there are no changeling wizards. That's why Asar's story struck me so, and I had to come out and say what I truly was, because I feel like we're a lot alike and running from very powerful beings. And
Why are there no changeling wizards?
I don't know. Well, there are a lot of sacrifices done by the Yuan-Ti. Certain rituals which require magical people. Maybe it was bred out. I don't know.
Interesting. It's a lot thinking. You being you, and
I'm still me. I'd never lied to anyone as far as I do
What's your
value
name?
as friends. I am Sim, and as he says Sim, his eyes flash blue.
I'd say Gardovan walks over and, using 2 fingers, is poking your shoulders and your head to ensure this isn't just some very elaborate disguised self.
Oh, yeah. Yes, this is me. Thanks. Appreciate it.
I ask, what do you mean by wizards are bred out? Is you
I don't know.
practice eugenics?
They... You what now?
Selective breeding, like with horses.
Oh, yes. That's how I was born.
Eugenics.
You were born
that's,
as a horse?
That's what you hear Yuan-Ti, and that's what you're worried about?
I'm interested in their culture.
I mean,
We breed horses, we breed dogs.
I mean,
No, I
Yuan-Ti
don't
are,
change into a horse.
are
I-
beings who want basically just to become powerful through transformation and blood stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, they want to come back to power, and
They're crazy.
I assisted, and that's why I was scared, because, of course, with...
How did you assist them?
The tattoo on my arm started to glow a little bit.
So, I'm not proud of what I have done, and I've been trying to do right. And when I was in the service, I didn't know any better, and so I was just doing what I grew up being told to do, and I was good at it. I would pretend I was a captured child. I was younger, and I would learn, because I looked like I was bruised and beaten. I would be able to get information from people when they wanted to hold it secret. So I would find out if there was anyone that had magic, if anyone had anything secrets, very easily, because I was easily trustable. And unfortunately, I believe all of them died in some way.
You can feign injuries in your appearance as well?
No, that was real.
So they would bludgeon you?
Yes, for the effect.
I thought the Yuan-Ti were all gone.
Nope. They're very much not gone. And as Kaiji would understand, they're not gone.
How long has it been since you were under their...
Roughly 10 years.
10 years, okay.
I was rescued. I didn't want to be rescued at the time, but realizing that's actually the best thing that ever happened to me.
Yeah, well, I understand what it's like growing up doing what you can to survive. I honestly wasn't as murderous in my intentions to live, but I kind of get where you're coming from there. I just wanted to...
I'm not asking for forgiveness.
I'm not giving it. It's not mine to give. Honestly, I just wanted to make sure the intentions were behind you.
I did what I did, and I suffer for it, and I'm trying to do right, and that's why have Sharu as my conscience, and Kaiji as my angry conscience. And
Don't
Yes,
rope me into this.
I do recall several weeks back, you saying how you simply wanted to change from who you were, so... Maybe not the best choice of consciousness, but consciences, but could have been worse.
How many of you can you recall that the UNT had in your service as you were growing up? What is your number?
Oh,
Like a few hundred? 1,000?
So you would probably
yeah,
know
what would
that.
they weren't that big.
Yeah, changelings are.
Changelings aren't that like.
They are very controlled. They are meant to be servants of the UNT. They're honored servants to a degree. I mean, they're not UNT, and so they're always lesser. But compared to other slaves, changelings are on a higher pedestal, so to speak. But due to their ability to change form and to hide in plain sight, they've been strictly guarded against. So you probably have, a few hundred per UNT city at most.
So I'd say there's about a few hundred from what I remember.
Do you know any tricks on how to track them? What exposes them?
Usually there's
Something
relics.
you should watch out for in your case if we know someone is suspicious of you.
I mean, usually they try to hide it, but there's usually relics that kind of give it away a little bit, and that's one thing that's very unique that I kind of have around my neck. That
Does dispel magic force you to change form?
No, a magic doesn't really affect.
Can you just change as much as you want?
Yeah, that's me. That's my skin.
Well, that could be useful for hiding. I have to ask. Don't take this the wrong way. Is your name really Sim?
It is really Sim. Yes.
So instead of them mixing
With-
up Arden and Alton, they're going to mix up Seth and Sim.
Blue. Yeah, exactly. Yep. That's right. Totally planned that way too.
That's a good thing your name is Rico then.
Yeah, but mine's easy to remember. There's lots of Sims, but mine is Sim, and then flash the blue eyes again.
How far did this operation go
I have to
when
flash
you
my eyes
were
blue when I
in
say
the
something?
thing? Did you know if they were
Yes.
infiltrating cities at all?
How far it went?
Yes.
Yeah, we have records of everybody that is considered magical or has close to magic. I know there's been infiltrations in many high up places. I'm sure that there's at least one in your kingdom.
I doubt it.
Why do you doubt that?
We're very good. I just never finished my training because I got pulled out.
You see Asar's expression is just really hard and suspicious of you.
I'm like really wary of Kaiji.
I'm,
It's just
I'm
like
staring daggers and biting my tongue so hard it's almost bleeding.
You mentioned that you were rescued, but you did not want to at the time.
Well,
Were you loyal to the UNT?
that was all I knew. So yeah.
It's a funny thing I've seen in my travels. Many times an abusive parent, their child will be extremely loyal to the parent because that's all they know. They don't know that there's love and kindness in the world, and I'll be honest, it's hard for me to stomach knowing the pain that you probably have caused lots of people, but I also have seen who you are now, and I can't see you purposely harming people.
All I want is to destroy the UNT.
Insight check.
Insight check.
13.
And this is how the party dies.
What'd you get? 13?
Yeah.
Sorry, insight's not one I use frequently. 7.
I mean, I'm telling the truth. From what you can tell.
What are the operatives wanting with the Chandeleur city?
What does your father want? With the magical being
Wisdom
that is now
saving
you.
throw for you. Wisdom saving throw for
What are
you.
you casting?
Detect thoughts.
Okay.
Oh, I have the ring. Wait,
Yeah,
there's no way, even with the wisdom.
Oh.
The ring won't let you go into my. I have
He
the.
has a ring of mind shield.
Yeah.
How convenient.
Oh yeah. It's very convenient.
Forgot how I got that to you.
It was in one of our.
Would my
We
character
split
be
it up.
aware of
Nobody
it
else
being
wanted
blocked?
it. So.
What?
How would my character interpret it being blocked?
There's definitely.
So you
magical-
reach out with the magical ability to try and read what's going on, and the spell pushes against him, and you've never had to really force it onto someone before, and it's almost like thrown back at you.
Yeah, you'd have to like dispel the magic on the ring, I think, to be able to. Because it says I'm immune to any thought reading.
Unless you want to.
Unless I want
Fail.
it. Yeah. Which I don't know you, so.
So it wanders off and hits Shrew. What are you thinking?
I think the spell would fail at that point, so you'd have to recast it.
You want to use spell slots?
I just try to do something funny where it's like, it doesn't sound like your voice in your head.
I would have failed.
So that's what his inner thoughts sound like. Shrew's voice.
He was like a turtle.
It really is his conscience.
It is my conscience.
You hear a little, he has a song stuck in his head, just the sea shanty his father used to sing. Something about dumping people in barrels and putting a hose pipe on them.
Gardavia just looks randomly really confused.
Do you know all of the major locations of the UNT cities?
I don't. But I'm sure they do.
Where did you come from? You know where your city was.
East Jungle. Where Kaichi's from.
Where?
I wouldn't know exactly where, because I got taken out. I just know that's where.
What you're saying is you don't have a backstory.
Yeah. No, it was. I told you I was taken out.
All right. Well then,
I never left. So.
what was the manner of your rescue? How did they discover that you were a changeling, and how did they get you out of there if you were extremely loyal to the cause?
Well, there was a man that was very much wanting to rescue those that were, being taken. He saw me as someone that was taken. And...
I don't understand. Taken?
Yeah. Anybody wandering the jungle, or maybe even brought in from an operative far away to get information from.
So you're saying that there was a man that knows UNT have
What?
changelings in their employ, and they're looking for them, actively looking for them?
Yeah.
How did this man know you're worried about the UNT and you're a changeling? How did he track and get you out?
He didn't know when he was saving me. He was just saving, people.
Someone else you fooled?
No. There was no fooling him. There was...
Who was his
You're
name?
going to have to set the scene for us. I'm sorry.
Okay.
So you're
How do you
wandering.
save you?
You're wandering the
I'm
jungles.
not wandering. We're capturing those that are wandering.
So he is disguised. They're capturing some people that are wandering, and then a man comes to essentially save these captured, and
He might have
he
even
is
been-
mistaken amongst those that are saved as one that was captured because he was still in disguise.
He was powerful enough to get away with all the traps that we have, and he took me and then knew what I was, and because I couldn't keep it up. I wanted to go back home. That was my home, and he took me away. So he caged me, and so I fought against it, and it took a long time, but he taught me what it was like to be human. His name was Iris. He was a man of great sympathy. I admired him. He taught me everything. He taught me how to be better. I mean, I'm still not there.
You said this happened 10 years ago?
Yeah, that was when I left, or that's when I got abducted. Yeah.
Who is this Iris? Who is this? Was he just a wanderer, or is he from any city?
He was a architect, or wow, why do I always say that?
Archaeologist.
Archaeologist. Thank you. He loved to study buildings. He loved to study relics. And
who was his sponsor, or was he self-sponsored?
he was. I don't know, actually, if he was self-sponsored. I kind of probably because he hid his magic quite often. But one of the relics that I actually was using when he saved me, he kind of figured out who I was because of this necklace. He knew pretty much why about it. Was able to figure out. A very smart man.
What is the necklace?
It is a very evil, but something that I need to prove to people I'm human that are magically looking. Very evil ritual. Basically, you need the essence of whoever you're trying to pretend to be. So many people died to make this.
Interesting.
May I see the necklace just for a moment?
No.
May I look at it while you're wearing it?
Sure, yes.
Right, as I look at it, I am going to cast Identify.
Nice, you got a pearl?
You have to. I'm pretty sure you have to hold the item too.
He's just got to touch it.
I'm just
So that's what
looking
he's
at it
doing.
while he's wearing it and
Yeah.
having it in the palm of my hand.
What is it?
Do I learn?
It's the brooch of living essence, particularly human living essence.
Yeah, so what it says here, this brooch was made by means of an extremely evil ritual which takes the sacrifice of a few dozen lives of the race that you want to disguise. By using this brooch, you are hidden from the magic of divination. You can't be targeted for such magic or perceived through magical scrying sensors. And if someone uses some detection ability such as divine sense or similar, you will not be detected or appear as the race used in the ritual.
Right. Thank you very much. It's
This one is human.
Yeah, this one's particular human.
I do kind of give
Did you
the...
create it?
No. I mean, I obviously probably helped. But
Do all the agents have something like this?
I would assume if they want to keep their identity, they'd have something like this, but it's not. I mean, it is rare, but for the UNT, they like making rare items like this, so.
Oh, it's
Especially when they
definitely-
have no conscience.
Definitely no surprise of the UNT to kill a lot of people.
So when
a necklace.
Iris took me, it took a long time. Like, it's been, like I said, 10 years since I left there. It's been a lot of learning, I'm still learning.
How old are you?
About, I don't know my actual birthday, but it's roughly 25.
Is that
I've
was that old for a changeling, or young, or middle aged?
We're roughly the same as humans, so basically, like, but I never really met an old person other than Iris, so I didn't know how old 50 really was.
Is your Arden self, is that Iris?
It's as if he was his brother. But yes, it's basically a relative of Iris. It's a kind of a thank you to him, creating someone so that I really care about, and I hope that others would care about as well.
Is Iris still alive?
I don't know. I don't think so. So here's the interesting fact: is I don't know of any changeling wizards that know magic, and Iris was very excited to try out a new spell that he had figured out that required blood. Just his own blood, nothing crazy, nothing evil, like maybe you're thinking right now. But he used some of his own blood in a vial, and was casting a ritual, and I saw it leaking. So I put in some of my own. And when the spell was done, Iris was gone. And I could eventually learn that I could do some magic. So I don't know if I was just trying to help him. I don't know if he's alive.
Can I do an Arcana check to see if I understand that?
Sure.
23.
Nice.
So it seems like this was some sort of experiment of some kind. It is based on what he's saying regarding changelings and magic. What's likely here is, there isn't it's not common for like changelings to have sorcerous origins or divine spells, things of that nature. But anyone can generally learn wizard spells if they have the right training, but it's hard to know for sure. There's not a lot of history about changelings or their abilities, but based on what he was describing, that spell, it's not any that you know of. It's definitely something that was an experiment.
Wizards and their experiments.
And you've never seen Iris again?
No, it disappeared. I don't know. So I was scared. I thought that I thought I'd killed the closest thing I've ever had to a father, really. And so I grabbed what I could, these robes. That's very simple. Just whatever papers there were, some scrolls, some things, and I ran. That was about a year ago. Actually, how long has it been since we've met?
You guys been on the road for about
A few months?
3 months.
Yeah.
Where was this located? Was it a village? A major city?
Take a look at the map.
I was gonna say, we figured it was I don't have the map up.
I'll send it to you.
Basically an outskirts of a major city. I can't remember the city.
Anything else?
On the east side. And then I tried to fit in with other people. I tried different. I never tried being myself. Arden was the closest to being myself, and you all seem to like me, so Arden's the closest I've ever been to showing people who I really am, and obviously nobody's ever seen me like this, so I'm very nervous.
I felt like this group is full of saints. I mean, we have a pirate with us.
Oh, thanks.
But, I, for one, think we've been around you long enough, and I generally have a good sense of people, and you seem like good people, despite being a little awkward.
Well, yeah, I don't know how to fix that.
You don't.
No.
Well, if you really want to kill Yuan Ti, then I'm definitely on your side.
Well, do you remember when we first met? It was me and you, and I saw your tattoo, and I said I liked it. I really did. I really do like it. literally stabbing a UNT. It's
I thought you were just trying to annoy me.
no, I do like it even to this day.
So what is your goal?
Oh, if I could kill them all, that'd be great.
So you want to
I don't think I can do that.
kill all the UNT and free changelings?
I don't know if changelings want to be free. I don't know.
So, if you had to kill all changelings as part of killing all UNT, would you do it?
Well, I have kind of learned over the years that it's not as simple as I once thought.
Are you able to detect other changelings as one?
No. I don't have an innate
Do you know how
ability.
to detect a changeling?
Oh, I know tricks, like what I talked about with the relic. There's
Well,
there's
imagine the
awkwardness.
EONT would want to get their property back, considering how rare your people are.
There's definitely that.
I mean, all slave owners are trying to get their property back. Those of us who think that slavery is a terrible thing are trying to prevent that anyways, so...
Well, and we're very useful. I mean, there's been people in high up places for generations, so...
I mean, you maybe have some bit of luck on your side at this point. It's been a decade. They might not even know you're alive at this point.
I'm sure they do. They keep records. They know that there's one missing. So that's why whenever we've asked, does anybody feel like they're being chased or hunted? I definitely feel that. And being with you, I feel the safest I've ever been since Iris.
Despite
Which
all of
is
you guys being chased
Very
by people.
funny. Yeah. We're all being chased.
Well, at least we all have something in common.
Well,
I wish I was
I
being
feel
chased by
like
someone.
going after the UNT is a
The
pretty
ghosts of your cursed
big
past.
task.
I don't have a curse.
I think going after Asar's father is maybe
Not
a
perfect
little more
past, but,
of
you
a
know.
reasonable goal at first.
No.
Not reasonable, but something we can focus on in terms of we know who and where.
I'm like I've talked about before. I would rather us stay away from him as much as possible.
He sounds a lot scarier than my people, honestly.
Yeah, I think he's most likely the biggest threat to us as a whole.
With something we're going to have to deal with. Then,
Eventually, yes. But
Especially if we're going to stay friends with Asar, I mean...
eventually, it's probably something that will, he'll probably find us at some point. We've just got to make sure we are doing what we can to be ready when that time comes.
Well, it's been a fun
Just-
night. I have lots to write about.
Yeah, just please don't kill me.
Is it night or morning?
It's morning.
Oh, it's morning? I thought it was nighttime.
Yeah, you guys.
We-
We wake up the
slept.
next morning.
Yeah, you guys went to bed at like 3 o'clock.
That's right.
You're a heavy sleeper, Sharu.
Well, I have no interest in killing
Props.
you, but I do know me and Mossy still have a bet on who would win between the two of you in a fist fight in a bar.
Well, it depends on, I guess, how big I make myself.
I do have a question about that. Can you grow a turtle shell?
Yeah, but it would be skin. It wouldn't do anything.
Ah,
Well,
only-
see a real fist fight.
It depends on the rules, I guess. Can I fight dirty?
Now, if you want to see a
No
fist fight,
holds
just go to
barred.
any pleasurable establishment and say who's more flexible, a tabaxi or a tiefling. There's always a fight.
Well,
So
we'll
who
have
is,
to-
in your opinion, more flexible?
Sorry. I'm a little distracted. I'm gonna go get a drink. And then she goes downstairs.
Okay. So you head downstairs, and Masan is there. And he takes a look at you and he says, "Oh,
Not exactly. A little bit of a rough morning.
Well, do we need to start early?
A little bit.
What will you have?
You have a brandy?
Absolutely. He goes and gets you some brandy, pours it, and just leads you to your drink.
Thank you.
I do eventually. I do come down just a quick minute after her and just kind of sit silently at the bar next to her.
Okay. Masana brings you a drink as well. Do any of you do anything else?
I quickly change back into Arden.
Is that the form that you wish to be in?
It feels very weird showing myself like that because I've never done that outside of, home. I don't know if I call that home. Iris's home was my home. But yes, I feel like I'm more Arden, and I desperately want to be like Iris. So I feel this is more me than anybody else. But you can, call me whatever.
Do you wish to be called Arden still?
Arden was only
Sim?
because he had a nice garden outside, and I loved the garden flowers, and I just said my name was Arden Lowers, and yeah. That's literally how I made up my name.
What?
Yeah.
That's one way to do it, I guess.
Saw just looks dumbfounded, a loss for words.
Allison's just like nodding his head. It's like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, out of how many names that you made?
So your names are red, and red.
Yep.
But there's a blue one that I really liked, and I've always liked blue. Because that's my part of my name. A lot of the changelings, we all pretty much have, a lot of us share the same name, but we differentiate based off of something that we do when we say our names. Like, I'm Sim with the blue eyes. There's Sim with, long hair. Like, there's lots of Sims.
Blue eyes, Sim Changeling.
Using thaumaturge Jaco. Sim, and make my eyes glow blue.
You pronounced it correctly.
Do we have to do that every time we say your name?
I hope so. No, I know it's a changeling thing. No, you don't have to do it.
Do you have control? I notice your eyes glow a bit on occasion. Do you have control of that, or is that an involuntary thing?
I just start changing my eyes different colors.
That is
I can do whatever I want.
Forgive me if this is untoward.
Cats must love you.
Is the nature of your changing because you're a changeling? So why do you need the necklace?
The necklace isn't to be able to change, it's to make sure people don't know that I can.
There's spells that
They know that I'm
detection of.
Just to hide your
the
fact that you're a
what I've been learning, and I still am learning. Like I said, what I've learned is I could be tracked very easily by. Yes, you can detect, like you asked before, if there's a changeling. If they don't have this, you can, with certain spells, you can figure out their true nature. But with me, with this, you can't. So if you see someone with it, they're most likely a changeling. Or, very rich, at the very least. But it's just how I was born. I was born able to do this. And it's like a muscle. You just learn how to flex it.
Makes sense. I was born with a shell. I know how to use my shell.
I have learned some new tricks where I can make clothes appear. I've never been able to do that before, but I can.
Are the clothes you're
It's my skin.
That's
Yes.
that's weird.
I know. It's weird.
So technically you're naked when you're wearing clothes.
Not these robes. If you see me in anything else, then yeah, probably.
Oh no!
Just don't think about it.
Like, especially when
I
I'm
can't stop thinking of it.
when I'm Cletus,
Yes.
who is a very lovely guard that I've met before. Then yes, I change. That's my skin. Yeah. And I can change my vocal cords. That's why I sound
For
different.
your clothes, if a knife was to hit it, do the clothes
Yes.
bleed or does it fall off?
It cuts me, so it hurts. So don't do that. It's literally my skin getting cut.
I feel very uncomfortable.
Feels like fabric.
Oh, this is the best conversation.
Can you change gender? Are you a male of your species? Are you female, or is it
I
just
was
one gender?
Born, well, we have to breed somehow, but I can change and pretend to have other. I mean, I could change my anatomy.
Did you get that talk?
No, we had instruction, live instruction. We didn't have a talk.
I'm getting a headache.
Make sure that's all great, and I'll cut to Kaiji.
Well,
I'll assist you in this if you need the talk.
Rainer and Kaiji down at the bar. We're gonna end the episode there and pick up with Rainer and Kaiji next session. So, thanks for listening.
Hello, everyone. It's Arden, your favorite friend. But if you like listening to Rollfair, you can check us out. Facebook and Instagram. Also, we have a merch store at rollfair.com. 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 Rollfair.com.